So, hey everyone,
Oh,
we
hey.
hope you're well. We also hope that you've had a wonderful half-term break, and it's been quite a few weeks since we've last, Tiberius and I have given you our presentation, but lo and behold, we're now here for week 4 of Latin Club, and we've got a real treat for you this week, partly in thanks to Ionor, who suggested a wonderful topic for us to cover, animals in the ancient world, in ancient Greece, in ancient Rome, a little bit on ancient Egypt, maybe even a little bit on ancient Persia. But we think that's a fantastic idea, I know. So thank you so much for suggesting it. And without further ado, I'll hand it over to Tiberius, who will to you everything about the ancient world on animals.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Ainul. We've made a PowerPoint today, and we're going to show you just a few of the animals that the Romans would have come across in their vast empire, and also some of the pets they might have had in ancient Greece, ancient Rome, and even, as Philippa said, ancient Egypt. So hopefully you can all see my screen. But yeah, without further ado, let's work our way through the PowerPoint. So I think we've seen this diagram before, but the green is the countries that were part of the Roman Empire. So it really was very big, and obviously different animals come from different parts of the empire. So they would have lived in different parts of the empire. So the Romans did come across lots of different animals when they conquered new lands and marched to the north up to England, what they called Britain, and Egypt in the south, and then Persia in the east, and modern day Spain in the west. So this is just kind of to give you an idea of some of the animals they would have come across. And you can also see, if I get, hopefully I'm going to get a laser thing up here. But this was the whole of the empire encompassed the Mediterranean. So they also used the Mediterranean lots in making their way from Rome, which is about here, where I'm pointing with my laser, to North Africa. So this is around here is Carthage, which was a very big city, literally where the elephant is. It was a very big city in ancient times. So these are some of they would have gone on in their ships, and they would have encountered dolphins in the Mediterranean. So yeah, there were lots of different types of animals. So we're just going to go through some different animals that hopefully you'll all recognize, and their Latin names. So this is a cow, and the Latin for cow was vacca. This is a wild boar, actually. If anyone is interested in Asterix and Obelix, this is what they traditionally eat when they get lucky and they come across a wild boar when they're hunting. And the Latin for a wild boar is ferox aper. This is an eagle, which was a very important animal for the Romans, because when the Romans marched in to battle, they held up a standard which would have an eagle on it, and they had to guard that standard with their lives. They couldn't lose the standard to the enemy, because that would be a loss for them in battle. That would bring great shame upon the troops if they lost the standard. So this is a particularly majestic and proud animal that represented the Romans really nicely.
Tiberius, quick question for our listeners: what is a standard?
Sorry, I went over that quickly. It was a pole, and at the top of the pole you had the statue or of an eagle, and that's what they would carry into battle, holding in their hands. So the Latin for eagle is aquila. A wolf. This is another important animal for the Romans, because I'm sure lots of you will know the story of Romulus and Remus, and if you don't, she was the legendary. So Romulus is the legendary founder of Rome, and him and his twin brother Remus were nurtured by a she-wolf who saved them from the banks of a river when they were left there and abandoned. So again, this is a very important animal for the Romans, and the Latin for a wolf is lupus. This is a stag or a deer, and the Latin is curvus. This is a snake, and the Latin for snake is serpens. The Latin for elephant is elephantus. The Latin for dolphin is very similar, delphinus. And I think this is the last one, but the Latin for camel is camelus. So I'm just going to show you some mosaics. I think we looked at mosaics a little bit this year, and the backgrounds that Philippus and I have today are some amazing mosaics that they created. And this is of a dog, and Philippus has one of lots of different animals, an elephant and a giraffe, I think, from what I can make out. And so they have some really well preserved mosaics at Ostia, which is the ancient port of Rome. So it's still a city today. You can go and visit it. And the ancient part of it is called Ostia Antica, so ancient Ostia. And because Rome wasn't on the coast, they used Ostia as their port for trading with other nations. And something that's really cool about, if I can get it up, is where they would trade these goods. And if the goods had anything to do with animals, so let's say they were selling fish at the market, they would have mosaics to explain what that stall was selling. So the stall up here, if you can see with my laser pointer, the stall up here probably would have been selling fish actually, and so they have these mosaics to let everyone know that this is a fish stand. And which other ones can we see here? Down here we have an elephant. So they were probably selling ivory made from the tusks of an elephant. And here I think that's a stag. It's upside down, so it's quite hard to see. But something to do with deer, maybe the meat from deer, maybe venison or something along those lines. And then you have a bull here. And yeah, more fish over here. So it's really cool how they had these mosaics to show what they were selling at these stands, and the importance of animals in trading and in the markets of Ostia.
It's a quick question from me. I think some of our listeners might have heard the phrase in Latin "cave canem" on some mosaics in houses. Might you be able to explain what that means? First of all, maybe translate it for us.
So cave canem.
Cave canem, yes.
Yeah. So cave canem means beware of the dog. So often you would have that outside of your house to warn people walking past that you had a dog in your house, and let them know to be wary in case it was, I don't know, a guard dog, which the Romans did do. They did domesticate dogs in the same way that we do today. And they would have had dogs as guard dogs to protect them and just as pets. So yeah, they often had that sign outside to let passers-by know. Okay, I think this is the end of my PowerPoint, and we were going to move on to some sentences, which I'm just going to get up. So guys, we've made the sentences a little bit easier this week because we realized that last week they were quite challenging. So we thought also to refresh your minds a little bit about Latin language, because we haven't seen you in a few weeks. So yeah, we were going to go through the first couple, and then as usual, if you want to do the last two by yourselves and you feel confident doing that, please do. But yeah, let's dive straight in. I'm going to call upon you, Philippus, for some help, if that's okay. But let's start with number one. Right, Delphinus a mare salit. So again, vocab is below, but let's do what we usually do and identify our subject, our verb at the end, and let's just leave it a mare for the moment, and have a look at our vocab below. Philippus, what do you think this sentence is going to mean using the vocab and marking out the subject and verb, please?
So we might want to start with Delphinus, as Tiberius suggested. So the dolphin, and then we want to look at the verb salit. Salio means I leap, but if the dolphin's doing the leaping, then the dolphin leaps. And then we might want to think, what does a mari mean? You can leap into something or you can leap out of something, but I think Tiberius gives you some help with that. So a, which takes a case, that's what the bit is in brackets. It's this particular form of the word.
Yeah.
And that means out of. So to my mind, I think the first sentence means the dolphin leaps out of the sea. And you'll notice that mare is a bit different from the word Tiberius gives mare, but that's just because the word a, out of, tends to have a bearing on the ending of the noun which it refers to. So the dolphin leaps out of the sea.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and just to touch a little bit more about why it's not mare and we've got an I ending here as opposed to the E that I've noted here. It's to do with this fancy word ablative, but it's really nothing that you guys need to worry about at the moment, so I'm going to cross that out. And yeah, so just the reason for it is this word here, takes a special form of a word, and that changes it from mare to mari. But yeah, really don't worry about that at the moment. So I'm just going to note in the dolphin leaps out of the sea. So let's have a go at the second sentence, which is longer, but let's do this the same thing. Hannibal is our subject and our verb is at the end. And then we have 3 other words, but let's have a look at the vocab and see whether that's going to help us. Hannibal is a name, and that's why we've got it in why it has a capital H. So I haven't given you that, but that's because Hannibal, it just translated as Hannibal. And then let's look at our verb here. I cross. So it's Hannibal who's the subject. So it's Hannibal doing the crossing. So Hannibal crosses. And then we've got 3 words left, and those are montem in elephanto. So montem comes from this word here, mons, which means mountain. So we know what we've got now is Hannibal mountain in elephanto crosses. And so let's work out what in elephanto means. So in here also takes this fancy word, the ablative, but let's leave that alone. It can mean in or on. And I'm going to let you in on the answer here. Here it means on. And elephantus, as we saw in the PowerPoint, means elephant. So now we have got Hannibal mountain on elephant crosses, if we're going through that word by word in the Latin order. But obviously we can make this we can make this into a nicer English sounding sentence. So Philippus, how would you change the order of the Latin words and put it in a nice sounding English sentence, please?
So I would suggest Hannibal crosses the mountain, and then you could say on an elephant, or you might also say on horseback. Sorry, no, you would definitely say on elephant because it's in elephanto. So generally, when you're looking at the sentence and you're trying to piece what goes together in the middle of the sentence, my advice is to take the words usually in the word order that they come. So in English, you usually have in plus a noun. So in the Latin, we have in elephanto. So take them together. So on an elephant.
Yeah. And just because we've got in here a couple more times, I'm just going to let you know what they mean here. In sentence number 3, in here means on. We translate it as on here as opposed to in, which is the alternative. And in number 4 means in. Just so if you're translating this by yourself, that we're just going to give you a bit of help there, because there's a little bit, you don't know for sure which one it means there. But I hope you guys understood those sentences. We're now going to play a quick game of using the Latin words that we learned during the PowerPoint. So I'm just going to get this up. Hopefully you can see there. But should we quickly run through Philippus, or do you think we're ready for the game?
I think we're ready for the game if those are the same words.
You think we are? Okay, cool. Right, let's play. Which game should we play? I think we'll play Gravity again. That was good.
On last time, yeah. I think we can go hard, Tiberius. I think medium was. I think our viewers managed medium last time.
Okay, right. Let's hope that wasn't a mistake. Right, you're up first for this.
Camelus. That sounds like a camel to me. Let's try it.
Nice. Okay, my turn. Vaca. What was this? I think it was cow.
Aquila. I remember Tiberius said that was an eagle.
Oh yeah, from the standard. Curvus, I think, was it stag? Oh no, it was a deer / oh no, stag. Snake.
Delphine, this sounds like a dolphin.
Dolphin. Yeah.
Maybe that was a bit hard. Especially we had lots of words coming at the same time, but let's give it another go. Serpents, a snake.
Nice. Delphinus, this is quite similar to the English, this one. Dolphin.
Vaca, I remember. Cow.
Nice. Camelus, also quite similar to the English. I think it's got the word in it. I think it's camel.
Elephantus, well, you have it there. Elephant.
Yeah. Ferox aper, this one's quite hard. 2 words. I think wild boar.
Lupus, wolf.
Yeah, nice.
Should we go one more?
Yeah, they're quite quick rounds. One more. Delphinus, yeah, dolphin.
Kevus, was that a stag or a deer? One of those.
Nice. Wolfalupus.
Ferox aper, wild boar. 2 words.
Yeah, nice.
Snake.
I think the final one is eagle. Oh, no, not the final one. That one's elephant.
Oh, got there in the end.
I think we'll stop there before we.
Yeah,
we'll get a bit carried away.
Yeah.
By that game. But yeah, I hope you guys have now learned some of the learned the names of some of the animals in ancient Rome, ancient Greece, and I was just going to mention talking about pets in the ancient world. They had quite not as exotic pets as you might think. They had a lot of the same pets that we have today, like dogs, birds. But then they also had they had monkeys as pets, which is a bit more exotic than I don't think anyone has a pet monkey these days. So they had pet monkeys, and they also had those in ancient Greece. So as well as ancient Rome, that they were a common animal pet to have in ancient Greece.
They had some birds as well, but I'm slightly conscious because that's a topic for the next video. So
sorry, I won't go into
it's fine. So I think for the moment, to our viewers, we'll say goodbye to you, and we hope to see you on the second video. Goodbye.
Yeah, see you in a second. Bye guys. Walete.